What's up, y'all? Welcome back for another great video. And in today's video, we're going to be reviewing the Club Alfa two-piece lightweight brake rotor kit available for the 2.0 Giulia and Stelvio platforms. So let's jump right into it. I installed this kit about 3 to 4 months ago, and since then I've put it through its paces. So daily driving, spirited driving, stop and go traffic on the Autobahn, on the highway, mountain driving, from one country to another and back here in Europe, and it has been absolutely phenomenal. These are the best brakes that you can buy for this car in the OEM configuration, that is without having to swap out the caliper. And here's why. Number one, they're lightweight. So what does that mean? From the front of the car alone, they reduce the unsprung mass about 7 pounds. And from the rear of the car, they reduce the unsprung mass about 4 pounds. So that's a lot of weight that you're taking off of the rotating unsprung pieces of the car, which are going to allow you to accelerate faster, turn faster, and stop sooner. Not only that, but one of the biggest gripes that I've always had, and a lot of people have with the R1 and the Brakekinetic brake rotor kits, which are at a cheaper price point, is that the anti-rust spray coating that they put on the center hat and the edges of the caliper, that always eventually fades away due to heat, exposure to weather, salt, all those things, and you end up having just a regular rusting looking rotor. Whereas with these rotors, they have an anodized aluminum center hat. It's never going to change color under normal operating conditions, so you won't have to worry about having ugly rotors 3 or 4 months down the road. The last big advantage of the Club Alfa brake rotors is that we offer 8 different rotor faces. So if you start off with slotted and you want to go drilled later on, you can. And when it's time to replace your rotors 3 or 4 years down the road, depending on how you use the vehicle, all you have to do is replace the rotor ring. You don't actually have to buy a whole new set of rotors. You keep your center hats and just buy a new set of rotor rings, which is about the cost of a full set of Brakekinetic brake rotors in the first place. Our rotors also come with a full set of ceramic street pads, which are extremely low dusting and performed extremely well. And as you'll see in the video, which we'll jump into in just a second, they performed phenomenally for street pads. I went up the mountain 4 times and I didn't experience any brake fade until the very end. So it's very impressive for ceramic street pads. Now, those of you guys who are into performance and street track driving, what I suggest you do is, if you want to use these rotors, just go ahead and buy yourself a set of Porterfield R4S pads, EBC blue, yellow stuff pads. I think Alfissimo makes an R line of race pads. Go ahead and buy yourself some race pads to pair with these rotors, and they'll be phenomenal. The street ceramic pads that these come with are great for everyday driving, but they're just not up for track driving. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Thanks again. Like and subscribe. It helps the channel. Enjoy the video, y'all, and I'll see you in the next one. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Club Alfa two-piece lightweight brake rotor review. And now we are here in Germany's very famous Black Forest, waiting on some of the members of the car crew to arrive. Look at this long line of folks. M3, there's another M3 down there, buddy with a ZL1, another M3, and looks like it's gonna be a fun run, y'all. Fun run. Alright, y'all, so we're on the hill climb now. Not going too terribly fast. As you can see, we've got bikers and hikers intermittently, and we're in a little bit of traffic. But what I can tell you so far about the brakes, and by the way, I'm in race mode right now. I'm manually shifting, but what I can tell you so far about the brakes are super solid, real confidence inspiring. Granted, I'm not going very fast at all. real solid. And if anything, they're pretty touchy. I actually find myself stopping shorter than I intend to, because I'm used to a longer stopping distance. Downshift there and get around this biker. There we go. Audi's pulling over. There we go. Alright, we're going up. Woo. A little damp up here. Don't go too fast. Traffic, we can kind of open her up now. Still not going crazy fast, but you know, enough to get a good feel and get a good pace. Wow, look at that. Great view. Great view. All right. Car's doing well. It feels great. I can see why they chose this road as a hill climb. I could only imagine being in something real low and powerful, V8, V10, V12 behind you, flying through here, being able to use the whole road. So the traffic has lessened up a bit. We're on the hill climb now, the main stretch. I'm in race mode. Hitting the brakes. There's an R1 behind me that I'm sure wishes I would get the F out of his way. He's going way faster than he's able to go way faster than I am willing to go down here. But this is a nice stretch. Y'all can probably see him in my rearview mirror. Beautiful bike he's got. All right. Let's take these curves. So I'm pretty consistent on the brakes down here. Not experiencing any fade whatsoever. as we've been going, I've felt no brake fade at all this entire time. Brakes are very responsive. These honestly really outperform the brake kinetic or the R1 or the OEM brakes that I've had on my car in the past. By now I would have been experiencing brake fade. Just coming down a mountain like that, I would have experienced some fade, and I'm not getting anything. No fade. It's just, you know, I get on the brakes and they stop as they should. Okay, y'all, so we are headed back up the mountain this time. You can see the ADAC sign for the hill climb. There should be way less traffic this time. Yep, and there is, thankfully, way less traffic. Still a little damp. It's been damp on the road all day. That's okay, we've got good tires. So there was no brake fade on the way back down. The way up is obviously a lot gentler on the brakes because gravity is helping us reduce our speed. Been in third gear this whole time, chilling. I mean, the brakes feel great. Long story short, yep, great response on the brakes. I've got more than enough margin in case there was an emergency and I needed, you know, that final 5/10, 4/10 of brake force until the brakes lock up or the ABS kicks in. I feel like I got plenty of margin in an emergency situation. I don't feel at all like I am at the limit with these brakes. I haven't felt like that at all. I've felt like there's been plenty of brake to go. Slow down. There we go. little damp. This is that famous curve. That's the restaurant that we had lunch just now. This is the famous curve that you'll see in the old photo right here. Absolutely tremendous. That was a good display of the braking power there. There we go, hard on the brakes. Slow down nicely, turn in. Coming up on a biker, let's slow down. Right. Down a second. Hey, there's those two fast portions from before. Good luck, gentlemen. Stay safe. It's down to third gear. Got some bikers coming up. Let's give them wide room. Down to third. Another biker, wide room. Right. Hey, there's the lift. It's cool. We have made it to the top, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, we're gonna head back down for one last go before we run into any traffic on the way down. I want to have a clean rundown. It's a really nice area around here. Nice run. So, because there's no traffic, this will be a good downhill test of the brakes. As they really are. There's no traffic to help us cool down the brakes. Just kind of chilling in third gear here. Third gear is pretty good for this hill climb. Coming up and going down. Third gear seems to have, you know, good torque and good feel for everything. All right, here we go. Big on the brakes. We let off and just kind of coast around. Brake some. All right. Let's go. We're clear on the way down. Bit of traffic coming up. There we go. Let's see. I don't feel any brake fade. Don't want the brakes to cool off too much. We're gonna have some brake fade, but at least right now I don't feel any. Actually, that was a little longer. I wonder if that's just because the road was a little damp in that section. Let me slow down. I think we're getting some brake fade here. Yeah, we're getting just a little bit. We're getting a little bit of fade. Yep. Just let the engine help us slow down there. Just a little bit. Just not go too fast. Having to dig into the pedal there, but the brakes are still there. You just pedal travel's getting a little longer than it was. That's okay. Stay in the pedal. Alright y'all, so in conclusion for today's review of the Club Alfa 2-piece lightweight brake rotors, I would say that this is a very, very good kit. Let's see, highlights are, you can definitely tell that they're lightweight, lighter than OEM. Car wants to accelerate, brake, and change direction better. And I'd say that their heat management is also better. I mean, I assaulted that mountain pretty hard a couple of times, all the way up to the peak, over and back. I did that a couple of times without any brake fade whatsoever on, you know, ceramic street pads with, you know, sporty street tires, right? The equipment on here is not designed for hard abusive track use at all, and the car did masterfully, no issues, until the very last downhill is when I started to experience brake fade, like I said in the video. And then all I really had to do was, there was some traffic ahead of me anyway, so a few corners later, after I just kind of let the brakes cool down, the feeling came back into the pedal. But even when we had the brake fade, it wasn't terrible. All you do is you just slow down, you let the brakes cool off, and you get the feeling back. And you know, you can see right here, you can look at the rotor and see that, you know, you got some pad material wearing off there. That's from, you know, that's from some hard braking events. You can see the same on the other side. You can see a little bit of the color, the discoloration there, just from the pads really being used and heating up and warming up. Rear's not so much, but yeah. So I really liked it. To me, there's zero downsides. Zero downsides to this upgrade. I think it's something that everybody should do if they want to keep their Alfa Romeo. If you want to keep your 2.0, a upgrade like this, where you go to a 2-piece lightweight brake kit, really improves the car in every way, right? You're taking off weight close to the axle, you know, so the car's going to go faster, turn faster, stop better, and it's going to just look better during the process. So there really are no downsides. So anybody who's on the fence, don't be. You know, if you want a set of these, hit me up. If you just want the front set or the rear set, let me know. We'll work with you. Other than that, I really appreciate you all watching the review, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.